Hello friends, today we shall discuss the first and foremost method of finding out the particular integral. The method is general integral method. Rest of the methods we have already seen. Shortcut methods, moreover we have also seen the variations of parameters method. So today we shall discuss the general integral method. So what is general integral method? General integral method is if f of d into y equal to capital F of x is any LDE with constant coefficient and if this f of d is of the type f of d plus m or f of d minus m. For instance, f of d plus minus m operating on y equal to f of x. The right hand side function is function of x. Then, note this, by the virtue of general integral method, 1 upon b minus m into f of x is equal to integral e raised to power mx into integral e raised to power minus mx into f of x dx. That means if your function f of d is of the type d minus m, if I replace m by minus m, it would be 1 upon d plus m operating on f of x, that is equal to e raised to power minus mx into e raised to power plus mx f of x dx. These two formulae, they are called as the general integral formulae. Now when we use this method, for the shortcut methods, we have the right hand side function is exponential function number 1. We have the hyperbolic function number 2. We have a trigonometric function sin ax, cos ax. Then we have e raised to power ax into v. Then we have x to the power m cos ax, x to the power m sin ax. Then we have also considered x into v. So these variety of functions we have seen. But if the function is function of exponential function e raised to power x, instead of e raised to power ax, if it is sine of e raised to power ax, if the right hand side function is cos of e raised to power x or sine of e raised to power minus x, moreover if the right hand side function is tan ax, if the right hand side function is cot ax, if the right hand side function is sec ax, if the right hand side function is cot ax, if the right hand side function is log of ax. So under these circumstances, we insistently use this general method. You should note this. We observe over here that all these right hand side functions, they contain e raised to power x, they contain tan x, they contain log of x, they contain sine of e raised to power minus x, e raised to power minus x. So, in all of these 6 examples, we deliberately use the general integral. You need to remember this formula only. So, these two formulae, they are the general integral formulae, and we shall now solve these 6 examples by this general integral formula. Let us take on the first one. given. D square plus 3D plus 2 operating on y is equal to e raised to power x. So right hand side function is function of e power x. So here we would be deliberately using the general integral method. How? We shall factorize at the outset this. What is auxiliary equation over here? Auxiliary equation is d square plus 3d plus 2 equal to 0. This simple quadratic equation gives me the two distinct roots, -1 and -2. D equal to -1, -2. The two real and distinct roots. Therefore, YC is C1 e raised to power minus x plus C2 e raised to power minus 2x. Because d square plus 3d plus 2 is equal to d plus 1 into d plus 2. Now, YP, this is important. 1 upon f of d, which is d plus 1 into d plus 2 into e raised to power x. Here, this step is important. Here, I am using the general integral formula. This is further equal to 1 upon d plus 2. See here, there are two factors in the denominator, 1 and 2, d plus 1 and d plus 2. I am keeping d plus 2 outside, and in inner bracket I am writing this as 1 upon d plus 1 operating on e raised to power x. So, I am operating d plus 1 first, just because the function is e raised to power 1x. Not just this. Now here, I am using the general integral formula. 1 upon d plus m into f of x is equal to, this is further equal to 1 upon d plus 2. Here the value of m is 1. So it is equal to e raised to power minus mx into e raised to power x into e raised to power x dx. That is further equal to, this is very simple to integrate with, integral e raised to power x into e raised to power. If I put this power of exponential e to the power x, I put, see here, e raised to power x equal to t. So this becomes e raised to power t. Now e raised to power x is t. So e raised to power x dx is dt. So this remaining function e raised to power x dx is dt. So this term is dt, e raised to power t dt. The integral of e raised to power t is e raised to power t, but t is e raised to power x. So d plus 2 times e raised to power minus x, integral of this e raised to power x. Further, here m is equal to 2 now. Once again I am repeatedly using second time the same formula. Earlier m was 1, now m is 2. So it is e raised to power minus twice x into integral of e raised to power plus 2x into a capital F of x. E raised to power minus x into e raised to power x. So that is further equal to e raised to power minus 2x into integral of e raised to power x into e raised to power x. The similar integral, the same integral is featuring once again. So e raised to power minus 2x into, the integral is same as e raised to power x. So this is yp. The general solution is y equal to yc plus yp. C1 e raised to power minus x, C2 e raised to power minus 2x plus e raised to power minus 2x into e raised to power e. That defines or constitute your general solution of this first example. Now, we would be solving the second one. Second one. Given, what is given? D square plus d, that is f of d, into y is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e power x. What is our auxiliary equation? D square plus d equal to 0. What are roots of this auxiliary equation? D seems to be common over here, into d plus 1 equal to 0. So d equal to 0 and minus 1. They are the two real distinct roots which defines your yc. The complementary function is c1 e raised to power first root 0x plus c2 into e raised to power minus x. So that is c1 plus c2 e raised to power minus x. So that is your complementary function. Next, what is yp? Yp is nothing but 1 upon f of d is d into d plus 1 operating on 1 upon 1 plus e power x. That is further equal to, note this, 1 upon d times 1 upon d plus 1 into 1 upon 1 plus e power x. That is further equal to 1 upon d into. Now once again I am using the general integral formula, taking m equal to 1. So this is equal to e raised to power minus x into integral of e raised to power x into f of x 1 upon 1 plus e power x dA. 1 upon d times e raised to power minus x here. This integral is again very simple integral. Here numerator is the derivative of denominator. If I put 1 plus e power x equal to t, derivative of 1 is 0, e power x dx is 0. So this is log of denominator. One upon d means integral with respect to x. This is equal to integral of this complete e raised to power minus x into log of 1 plus e raised to power x. What is the integral of this? Integral of this is, I am using integration by parts. Log of 1 plus e power x as the first function. First function into integral of second upon minus 1 minus integral of the derivative of first, derivative of log of 1 plus e raised to power x. It is e raised to power x upon 1 plus e raised to power x minus integral of the derivative of first into integral of next, e raised to power minus x into minus 1 dx. So that is the formula of integration by parts. So that is equal to minus e raised to power minus x into log of 1 plus e power x plus integral dx upon 1 plus e power x. That is further equal to minus e raised to power minus x log of 1 plus e power x plus. Now how to integrate this? This is very famous integral. Such types of examples, they do occur in 11th 12th standard. So this is equal to, I am expressing numerator in terms of denominator. So it is 1 plus e power x minus e power x upon 1 plus e power x into dx. So that splits into minus e raised to power minus x log of 1 plus e power x, and this splits into two different integral, plus integral dx minus integral e raised to power x upon 1 plus e raised to power x dx. That is further equal to minus e raised to power minus x log of 1 plus e power x plus x minus log of 1 plus e power x. So that is the final value of the particular integral. So yc plus this final value of yp, that constitute your complete solution of the second example. Now third one. Given, what is given? D square plus 5d plus 6 operating on y equal to e raised to power minus 2x into sec square x times 1 plus 2 tan x. While solving this example, I am using this property of integral. Integral of e raised to power x into bracket f of x plus f prime of x dx. The integral of this is e raised to power x f of x. Because if I put e raised to power x f of x equal to t, this becomes dt. This x dx is dt. Integral of dt is t, which is e raised to power x f of x. Because the derivative of e raised to power x into f of x is first function e raised to power x into f prime of x plus derivative of first e raised to power x into f of x, e raised to power x into f of x. So this property I am using in this example. Okay. Now, auxiliary equation d square plus 3d 5d plus 6 equal to 0, that is d plus 2 into d plus 3 equal to 0. That gives me d is equal to minus 2 and minus 3. These two real distinct roots gives me yc as c1 e raised to power minus 2x plus c2 into e raised to power minus 3x. Now particular integral, that is equal to 1 upon d plus 2 into d plus 3 into e raised to power minus 2x into sec square x into 1 plus 2 tan x. Now note this step. This is further equal to 1 upon d plus 2 times 1 upon d plus 3 operating on e raised to power minus 2x into sec square x into 1 plus 2 tan x. Why I have deliberately introduced this factor first, not d plus 2? Just because, see here, it would be followed at this step, d plus 2 times, I am using now general integral formula, e raised to power minus 3x into integral e raised to power plus 3x into this f of x, sec square x into 1 plus 2 tan x. So, that reduces to 1 upon d plus 2 times e raised to power minus 3x into integral of this gives me e raised to power x into sec square x plus 2 sec square x tan x. So, integral e raised to power x into this bracket sec square x plus 2 sec square x tan x. Why this? I have written like this because what is the derivative of sec square x? Derivative of sec square x is 2 sec x into sec x tan x. 2 sec x into sec x tan x is 2 sec square x tan x. So this is f of x and this is f prime of x. This is f prime of x. So the integral e raised to power x into f of x plus f prime of x is equal to e raised to power x into f of x. So this integral is, so 1 upon d plus 2 times e raised to power minus 3x, and integral of this is e raised to power x into sec square x. So that is further equal to 1 upon d plus 2 into e raised to power minus 2x into sec square x. That is further equal to, and once again using the general integral formula repeatedly, e raised to power minus. Okay, now we shall take up this fourth example. D square minus d minus 2 times y is equal to 2 log x plus 1 by x plus 1 by x squared. So this is f of d square minus d minus 2 in bracket into y equal to f of x is 2 log x plus 1 by x plus 1 by x squared. The right hand side function is logarithmic, contains logarithmic function. So here we deliberately using the general integral method. So here auxiliary equation is d square minus d minus 2 is 0, whose factors are d minus 2 d plus 1. So plus 2 and minus 1 are the two real distinct roots of this auxiliary equation d square minus d minus 2, which means the complementary function is c1 into e raised to power 2x plus c2 into e raised to power minus x as the complementary function. Now, yp is 1 upon f of d into f of x is 2 log x plus 1 by x plus 1 by x square. Now, here I am operating d plus 1 first. Why d plus 1 first? Because it is generating this e power x. So, if I am operating d plus 1, that means e raised to power minus x by formula, general integral formula, into integral e raised to power x into this f of x. And this f of x, 2 log x plus 1 by x plus 1 by x square, you should note this step. NTS, note this step. 2 log x plus 1 by x plus 1 by x square, I am rewriting it as, this 1 by x I am rewriting it as minus 1 by x plus 2 by x. so that this becomes 2 log x minus 1 by x plus 2 by x. This 1 by x is 2 by x minus 1 by x plus 1 by x. I am just adjusting this 1 by x as minus 1 by x plus 2 by x, so that this 2 log x minus 1 by x is f of x. And what is derivative of 2 log x minus 1 by x? Derivative of 2 log x is this 2 by x. And derivative of minus 1 by x is plus 1 by x squared. So this is of the type e raised to power x integral f of x plus f prime of x. So integral of this is e raised to power x into f of x is 2 log x minus 1 by x. Again, second time I am introducing d minus 2, e raised to power 2x minus 2x, and this e raised to power minus 2x into this 2 log x minus 1 by x. I am splitting it into two different integrals, integrating the first integral by parts, choosing 2 log x as the first function, e raised to power minus 2x as the second function. So first function 2 log x, integral of e raised to power minus 2x, e raised to power minus 2x by minus 2, minus integral of derivative of 2 log x, it is 2 by x, into integral of e raised to power minus 2x, e raised to power minus 2x upon 2, minus the same term. So this second and last term that cancels out, plus integral e raised to power minus 2x 1 by x minus e raised to power minus 2x plus 1 by x. So these two terms goes, and we left with e raised to power 2x times minus log x into e raised to power plus 2x. So it gives me minus log x as the final value of the particular integral of this example. We have already found the yc. So general solution y is equal to yc plus yp. That is your final general solution of this given example. Similarly, you can solve this 5 and 6. You have now enough practice, enough understanding of the implication of this method. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.